Hello folks, it's your storyteller Chip here with another epic sharing special. Now I really hope you can hear me today because we've been having a few gremlins playing around, and it would be quite nice if you could let us know in the comments if you can or can't hear us, so that I know not to just go jabbering on for too long. But, of course, what we are really here for is to see what creativity we may have been sent from our epic story circle. That's you. Because if we have had some, then you know what's going to come afterwards. We have Andy primed and prepped with Ugg, Bug and Doug, all of his puppets, ready to share with you the end of the story. So, can we do that? Have we received something from out there among you folks? Well, I guess I'd better check what we've had in my email. Let's see. Oh, there we are. There we are. We have something from our epic story circle. This has been sent to us by Emma, and it's very difficult for you to see. At the moment, it just looks like a painting of fire on a box. It was actually sent to us as a little animation, as a GIF, but I'm really sorry if you're watching this, Emma. We have tried everything to get it actually moving, and unfortunately it's not. But it was a wonderful little animation, which was really, really creative and really helped us to feel like we were in the Oogadagga 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 Clan, watching, what was the name of the... Oh, Figgy, that's right. Watching Figgy burning away. Of course, at the start of the story, thanks to Doug, well, Figgy went out. And so it was up to Ugg and Bug to go out and fetch the fire. Each time, that didn't work out quite as they planned it. But thanks to the wonderful creativity we've had come in from Emma, we can now share with you the end to Andy's story. So, can you still hear me? I'm going to guess that you can, because no one's come through saying that you can't. So, hopefully, you'll be able to hear Andy as well. Here comes Andy with part 2 of Ugg, Bug and Doug.
The continuing story of Ugg, Bug and Doug, part 2. You remember that there was a cave, and in the cave there was a clan, the clan called the Oogadagga 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 Clan. And once they had had fire, and now they didn't. 2 of their sons, Ugg and Bug, had tried to get fire, but failed, because at last minute they showed off and they dropped the fire they'd got. And you see, the rest of the clan, they didn't know how to make fire. They only knew how to feed the fire, and they called their fire Figgy. So what was going to happen? They had no fire. And here the story continues. Ugg, Bug and Doug, part 2. And please remember, my friends, if you see me, take a drink of water. You have to do the old caveman chant. Glug, 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 glug. Try it. Splendid. Ugg, Bug and Doug. Part 2. I'll go and find fire, said Doug, whose language, as I had said earlier, was far better than his 2 brothers, Ugg and Bug. I'll go and find fire. No, said Oompa. No, said Loompa. You just silly boy. You just go painty, painty, painty. You no good hunter. You not like Ugg. You not like Bug. You silly boy. You not know how to do anything. Oh, please, Papa. Oh, please, Mama. Please let me have a go. Please, I promise I'll try my best. Oh, all right then. Duh. So, little Doug went on his way to find fire. Not really knowing where he was going to find it, but anyway, he walked and walked and walked away from the cave, again not knowing how long he'd spent walking. And eventually, he came across a woolly mammoth. Now, wouldn't you just love to meet a woolly mammoth? Well, here's your chance. Oh, great Taskmaster, said Doug. Oh, great Taskmaster, I'm afraid I have run out of fire, and I really need fire. We need fire. We're so cold in our cave. Oh, great Taskmaster, do you have any idea where I might find fire? Well, my little human friend, he said. He was a very friendly woolly mammoth after all. Well, my little friend, it just so happens that each night I look just up there at the mountain, just up there. And the woolly mammoth pointed with his trunk at a mountainside where there was a cave. And every single night, that cave lights up orange. I wouldn't be surprised if someone in that cave actually had fire. Perhaps if they're a nice, kind sort of person, they might even lend you their fire or give you some fire for you to take away. Oh, and by the way, would you please, please, please stop hunting us? We're very nearly extinct, don't you know? Goodbye. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, thank you very much, said Doug. Thank you so much. And Doug started to climb up the mountain which the woolly mammoth had pointed to. Now, his brothers thought he wasn't brave, but climbing up a mountain, I think, is a very, very brave thing to do, especially when you don't have rope or any climbing equipment. So he climbed and climbed and climbed up the side of that mountain, and eventually he reached a cave. And when he got to the cave, there was absolutely no sign of fire. It was still daytime after all. But inside the cave was a very strange little old lady.
Oh, hello, dear. Hello. Oh, hello. How nice to see you. How are you? All right? Are you? Are you all right? I bet you've come looking for fire, haven't you? Is that what you're here for? Have you come looking for fire? Well, I think I might be able to help you there. I think I might be able to help you.
My goodness me, thought Ugg. No, he's not Ugg, is he? That's the trouble with these cavemen names. You get them all mixed up. I get them mixed up all the time, and I do apologise. Wow, thought Doug. That little old lady, she knows why I'm here. That's amazing. And she can actually speak my language as well. Now that kind of blew his mind a little bit because all the different clans had their own different way of speaking, different language. Not that he was ever surprised by talking animals. All the animals seemed to understand each other straight away. But anyway, yes, said Doug, I've come looking for fire. Do you have fire? I can't see any fire around here.
Oh, yes. It's easy. Of course I've got fire. Yeah, it's easy. I'll make you some. Make fire? That's impossible, isn't it? You don't make fire, you just get fire, don't you? Oh no, dearie, it's fine. You can make fire. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'll show you how.
So, the little old lady, she grabbed a lump of wood like this, and she grabbed a long straight stick, like this one here. And she took a load of dry leaves and dry twigs, and she put them into a pile. I think I'd better put this hat on. There we are. And she put them into a pile, and she took the stick, put it into the wood like this, and can you see that there? Like that. And she started to spin the wood into the lump of wood below it. Yeah, spun the stick, I should say, like this, backwards and forwards. And she started to sweat, because this looked like very, very hard work. But after a few moments, the most amazing thing happened. The wood started to smoke. Yeah, just a very thin spiral of smoke was coming out the wood. But Doug was absolutely amazed. His mouth open wide, his eyes open wide. Wow! Little old lady, you must be magic! And then the little old lady carefully carried the big lump of wood over to what looked like an old bird's nest. And she tapped some of the hot ash from the lump of wood into the bird's nest. And then she blew into it. Once, twice, 4 times. And it caught fire. This was the most amazing thing Doug had ever seen. You are magic! You are magic! Well, I don't know what you're talking about, said the little old lady. I don't know what magic is. Do you want some fire? I'll tell you what, dearie. I'll give you my special lump of wood and my special stick. Yeah, hang on, I'll blow this out just for the minute. And that's exactly what she did. She gave Doug the lump of wood and the very straight stick, and he carried this all the way back to the Oogadagga cave. He carried it as if they were precious jewels. He carried it as if it was the most fragile thing in the world and the most precious thing in the world. Well, it probably was the most precious thing in the world. It certainly was to him. And he carried it right back to their cave. And as he approached the cave, Oompa and Loompa just hung their heads in despair. Oh no! Silly, silly Doug! Silly boy! He not find fire. What we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna have to eat uncooked earthworms, raw bark, and snails in their shells. Oh, what we gonna do? I have brought fire, said Doug. Look! Look! No, that not fire, said Oompa and Loompa. That wood! That stick! Silly, silly Doug! No! And the rest of the clan all did the same thing. No! And Ugg and Bug, they just teased him and laughed at him and punched him like this. No, honestly, this is fire. And he did exactly what the little old lady had shown him. He took the long straight stick, put it in the lump of wood, and he started to spin and drill the stick into the wood like this. And even though it took him much longer than the little old lady, and even though he sweated and sweated and sweated, eventually, again, the smoke started to come out of the wood, and he tipped the hot ash into some dry leaves, and again, he made fire. Well, the rest of the clan, they couldn't believe it. Their mouths just fell to the floor. Gudunk, gudunk, gudunk. Their eyes shone widely and brightly. They were amazed. Oh, Genki began to cry. Unky began to laugh like a hyena. And Lanky, he hopped around so much he banged his head on the stalactites. Well, they were so pleased with Doug, they actually began to sing. And do you know what? This was probably the first song that history had ever known. And they sang, "For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so say all of us. Megalosaurus." that caveman joke. That caveman joke. And from that day on, they had fire whenever they wanted it. No one had to spend the whole night guarding it to make sure it never went out. They never had to keep feeding it 20 times a day to make sure it was all nice and happy. They never had to eat uncooked earthworms, raw bark, or snails in their shells ever again. And Doug was allowed to paint whenever he wanted to, and whatever he wanted to. And do you know what? His paintings are still in that cave to this very day. But at the moment, no one has yet found them. And that, my friends, is the end of my story. Thank you all for watching. That was the tale of Ugg, Bug and Doug. Thank you.
Wow, wasn't that incredible? And do you know what? Towards the end, I realised exactly what Emma had done there. She had actually done a cave painting of Doug's fire. That's probably exactly what it would look like if it ever gets uncovered in that cave somewhere. Maybe you could have a go at doing a cave painting yourself. Maybe you could have a go at creating a cave person like we set you our task in our epic challenge. Or perhaps you've got some stories of your own to make up and share, just like Andy made up that story to share with you. Thank you ever so much for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed the story, and don't forget that if you do have any creativity, please send it to us at epictales.co.uk/challenge so that we can share it on these Friday videos at 4 o'clock. And very soon we're going to be moving to the World Storytelling Cafe, which means that you'll actually be able to join us right here in the Missing Sock where we've been telling these stories. Well, okay, you'll be able to join us in a Zoom room, which will look a lot like the Missing Sock, but you'll be able to actually join in with the stories and, well, we'll be able to see you too. Right now, though, it only remains for me to say cheerio, and I hope to hear your story soon. So, I've been given a button to press this time. Let's see if I can press the right one. I think it's this one. There we go. Cheerio! And I hope to hear your story soon.